You're listening to Civic Media. You can tune into any of our live shows on any radio station across the state with the Civic Media app. Find us in your phone's app store and listen anytime, anywhere.
Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Nightlight with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood. And now, a guy who still likes to build a fort, Pete Schwaba.
Good evening. Welcome back to Hour 3 or Act 3 of Nightlight. I am not Pete Schwaba, but I do also enjoy building forts.
I do too.
Yeah, Pete is sorting out some internet issues right now. I'm joined by comedian Dobie Maxwell, who was with us a little bit last hour, talking about some of the latest stuff he's been up to. Hopefully, Pete finds his way out of the fort shortly.
Yeah, I think he's up there in Marinette. I don't know what kind of connection he's got up there.
I know it's not always been the strongest of connections, but we'll get that all figured out. Later on this hour, at 7:20, we will have Milwaukee film critic Matt Miller here to talk about some of his latest work, some of the best stuff he's seen recently. And also this hour, we're going to have another keyword for Civic Media's grown-up gift list text-to-win contest. I imagine Pete wants to give that out himself, though, so I won't spoil it. But in a few minutes, we'll get to that.
We will. I just want to say I love Matt Miller, too. He is. I knew his dad was a broadcaster, and he's following in his footsteps, doing him proud. Matt is a talented cat, and he teaches me what movies to see and what one not to see.
Absolutely. Very helpful to hear from him, for sure. I think Pete's back.
There's the man.
Pete's setting his camera up, but he is here. He has returned.
I've had all kinds of technical problems, so I apologize for that.
Is your Commodore 64 malfunctioning?
An Apple IIe, which has always served me well.
Buddy, I've got what Tim Walco, a comedian out of Chicago, said, it's got Windows 58. They're painted shut. I love it.
Am I back? Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
All right. Fantastic. I apologize for the technical difficulties, but it's great that you stuck with me. Welcome to Hour 3 of Nightlight. The other voice you just heard is Aaron Zomer sitting in for Conrad tonight. Conrad will be back tomorrow. And my old pal, Dobie Maxwell, who we will be back with in just a moment to talk about a very cool gig he has coming up here in just a few days in Port Washington, beautiful Port Washington, Wisconsin. Dobie's a very funny man. Coming up at 7:20, Matt Miller will be here, Milwaukee film critic. We always love talking movies with Matt. And it's a text-to-win hour, folks. So I'm going to give you a keyword this hour in our multi-state text-to-win contest here at Civic Media. We love our contests, and they are so much fun when you guys participate. All you need is the app, really, to participate. And when you text in the keyword on the app, we are going to, you'll be eligible for a present from our grown-up gift list. So all you have to do is listen for the keyword, text it in on the app, and you are eligible to win $200 in cash. And you will automatically be enrolled in the grand prize drawing, which will be coming up closer to, December 12th. It's the 1st through the 12th, right, Zomers?
Yes, that's correct.
That's our text. Those are the dates, folks. So you get a lot of chances to win. You just need, as I mentioned, the free Civic Media app to play our multi-state text-to-win contest. So the keyword will be coming up in just a few minutes for this hour. And good luck, everybody. It's a fun contest. Coming up on Wednesday, Lauren Holly will be here to talk about this great screening we have Thursday night in Madison for The Godfather of Green Bay 20th anniversary screening. Part of the proceeds go to the Dane County Humane Society. It's for a good cause. The Bodines did the music. Tony Goldwyn is in it. Lauren Holly, Tom Lennon, Lance Barber. They were on the show last week. I make a brief appearance as well because I couldn't afford John Cusack. And it's a fun movie. So come on out to the Atwood Music Hall on Thursday and say hello if you end up showing up. So with that in mind, and our question of the night is, what is your favorite kind of pie? It is National Pie Day. So we will read your text as we move forward here. But right now, we've got a few more minutes with our guest, Dobie Maxwell, who is here. The very funny Dobie Maxwell, who you can see this weekend at Memories Ballroom with Jeff LaFleur. And who was the MC you said was very funny?
Rob Haswell from Fox 6. He's a meteorologist. So if you
Why
don't
are
like the weather,
meteorologists funny? What is the deal? There's like a lot of, and not like maybe I'm not saying like Al Roker is hilariously funny, but they have great. They're just jovial.
I guess it goes with the territory. Who knows? He's Canadian too, so he's like south for the winter. Anything under 3 feet of snow, he's like tropical. He's in
He's
shorts and flip
ecstatic.
flops.
All right, so I wanted so check how can people get tickets, Dobie, for this weekend if they
Boy,
want to
you
check
had
you
to
out?
ask, Pete. I think
Uh-oh.
you got. I think you trade pelts at the door. I think there's a memoriesballroom.com. I believe that's a good question. I should know that. No one's ever
Uh,
had trouble before.
it's probably a good place to start, though, right? The
Let's
venue.
blame it on Jim McHugh. He's had me. Yeah, I think the venue should have it. It's very
Yeah,
easy.
yeah.
Easy to
Reach out to Memories Ballroom, and they'll at least steer you in the in the right direction. So I wanted to ask you. So sometimes I'll get a friend request on Facebook, Dobe, and it'll say you're both members of the Maxwell Method.
Mhm.
And, you and I have been friends for so long. I
Yeah.
didn't realize till like a year ago that's your method. Like, I'm like, oh, that's
Yeah.
Dobie. That's what he teaches. So if people are interested in learning more about stand-up comedy or trying it or whatever, where can they go? Like, do you still teach? And what is the Maxwell Method?
Well, there's a Facebook group. It's called the Maxwell Method of Comedy. And the reason I did it not to be egotistical, but Colonel Sanders didn't invent fried chicken, but he put his face on the bucket and it was his recipe. I have made every mistake there is to make on stage and off in 40 years now. Where did those years go on stage that I've taught classes? It's like, who's the carpenter you want to learn from? The one with the least amount of fingers. I just saw those three off. I just talk about it. So we've got a lot of newbies that come. I've got, I think, 14 countries, 6,000 people all over the world. And Jimmy Brogan's in the group. Was a Jay
Oh,
Leno's head
nice.
writer, and a lot of great longtime comedians. It's just a place to go to ask without being. When you started out, who were your mentors? And I didn't have anybody to ask. So I had to go up there and saw my fingers off and make every mistake.
Right. That's a great answer. And so what you're saying is check out Dobie's Bucket of Comedy, and you can have your face on the.
Finger
So
licking funny.
so there is no. It's just about giving people confidence to try it. I'm guessing that kind of
Yeah, and
thing, and
I have a
finding their voice.
question of the day. People, how much time should I do, or how can I start? What are the
Yeah.
mistakes that you made? And I ask these things about on stage and off stage things. Everybody thinks they go on stage 3 times. I said, go on stage 100 times. If you want to do this full time, 100 times, and that could take you a year, 2 years to try to get on
Yeah.
stage. And open mics, as you started out, we all start out at an open mic. That's when usually other comedians want you to die of a rare tropical fungus so they can drag your smoking carcass off stage so they can have your remaining 2 minutes.
Listen, I've had 2 sporting events in my life where a comic got injured, just
Mhm.
like comic pickup basketball behind Zanies in Mount Prospect. Some guy goes
Oh,
down with an
yeah.
ankle injury, and there's always another comic go, "Where are you working this weekend?" Like, hoping you won't be able to make it. And the other one was during comic softball. Remember AJ Lentini?
I do. Yes.
He was rounding second base. We were playing at some park in the valley, and he rounded second base, and his ankle snapped in a
Ooh,
horrific way. And
ooh.
he was laying on the field, and like his one foot was up in the air, and the other foot was like flat on the dirt of the
Like
diamond.
a Joe Theismann, if you remember that one.
Yes.
Yes.
And the ambulance had to come out onto the field, and they
Mm,
loaded poor AJ into the ambulance, and he was in shock. He didn't know what was going on.
sure.
And as the ambulance pulled away, one of the comics goes, "See you next week, AJ." Like,
Wow.
he's not playing softball. And there were the jokes, "Where are you working?" And I'm sure AJ would appreciate that. That's just like a brotherhood, right?
Comedians have cruel senses of humor to the outsiders, but those are the funniest jokes.
Can you share with us a Mr. Lucky story? Back, you had this great screenplay called Mr. Lucky.
Yeah, and
You've
that's the
got about
thing.
2 or 3 minutes. If you could share with us a story, I would love that.
Okay. Well, I was a kid. I was raised by my grandpa, and my grandpa always treated me back the badge, support your, military. I walk up
Sure.
and this is Vietnam time. Thank you for supporting our country. And they cry and give me because everyone else was spitting at him. So one time I'm in traffic and there's this Winnebago that's blocking about 5 lanes and we're trying to get around it and I can't and I'm beeping and you won't go. So I finally find a way to get around him and I, brake check and he's trying to change lanes and I'm not. And this guy gets out and he wants to just totally fight. And it's a Marine. He's about 80 years old, about 6'6", with these big hearing aids coming out of his ears. And I start laughing. I'm thinking, I can't win here. If I lose, it's a Marine, 80-year-old guy kick my butt. If I kick his butt, I just beat up an 80-year-old Marine. So I just got back in my car. Thank you, sir, for serving our country. And he's swearing. It's like, boy, you got to keep your mouth shut. That's a short version, but I have a book. It's called Monkey in the Middle, about my best friend robbing a bank that he used to work at and trying to blame. He robbed it twice, tried to blame one on me. Anybody that listens, send me an email. I'll send you a PDF copy for free. How about that?
You did that last time, and
I
that's
got a lot of
fantastic.
responses too. I'll do it again.
Good. So yeah, send Dobie an email, or how can we facilitate that, Dobe, too? Because there's a lot of laughs in that book.
Okay, DobieJMaxwell@gmail.com, or if Aaron or Conrad, whoever sends me a list of them, I'll send them all out immediately.
And there's great stories in there.
Oh, a lot of great stories in there. 2 bank robberies, not 1, 2. Near-death car accident. Getting heckled, telling Jeff Foxworthy his idea was full of beans. His redneck idea.
That'll come back. That's so funny you say that, because I've talked about this on the air too. When Dan Whitney was a friend of mine, Dan Whitney got me into the Comedy Cafe in Milwaukee when I was just kind of starting out. It became my favorite club in the world. Dan Whitney famously became Larry the Cable Guy. Well, similar story to yours. We're at Zany's in St. Charles, and Whitney shows up. He got me on the show too, and the two of us are working together. He puts on a yellow, like $2 construction hat. And he goes, "I'm doing this new thing. Tell me what you think." And he goes up and does like 2 jokes about cable. And he comes off and he goes, "What'd you think?" And I was like, within a year, he's selling out arenas. I mean, it was ridiculous.
Yep. I said the same thing to Foxworthy. So who knows?
That's so great. Dobie, thank you as always.
Thank you, Pete.
At Memories this weekend. It's going to be a great show. You and Jeff LaFleur and Chicken. So go check out the show.
Chicken is top billing. Chicken is headlining that gig. Coleslaw and pie.
Blow the roof off the dump and have a great time. Let's do it again soon, buddy.
Love you, buddy. Thank you.
All right, you too, Dope. Thanks. That's Dobie Maxwell. Check out, he did a dry bar comedy special too that I meant to get into, but check out Dobie's dry bar special. Those are a big deal, folks, because the guys that do dry bar comedy specials have to be clean for like 30 minutes. And I typically worked clean way back in the day, but it's very impressive when you can do that kind of time and get your own special. And Dobie's is very funny. So check out, if you can't make it to Memories Ballroom this weekend, check out Dobie's dry bar special and just go to the Google.
Where is it that Memories Ballroom is at again?
Port Washington.
Port Washington. Okay.
What did I say?
No, I think you said the right thing. I was just asking for myself to be like, can I make that this weekend? And I might be able to.
Oh, dude, it's I've never been to the venue. I hear it's fantastic though. And I have to clarify a little herb. Dave said Jane hates it too. She's too chicken to admit it. He was talking about Jane Wells, our guest. I'm totally discombobulated tonight. First of all, I don't remember anything from 2 minutes ago. I'm having a computer that I'm just hoping hangs in there until the end of the show. So I got that stress. But thank you for clarifying that. And Sydney Frankenstein on the stream says, shout out Zommers. You're doing great. No disrespect to the great Conrad. Wow, the great
thank
Conrad. You. Yeah. And I agree 100%. How are we doing on text? Am I even close to being caught up?
I know you wanted to catch up starting with Ed.
Let's go back to Ed's text because I got to find out where that is.
Let's see.
Somebody said chocolate silk pie, but Ed and Madison said cherry pie with a damn good cup of coffee. Oh, pie with any cup of coffee is fantastic. I'm referring, of course, to our question of the night, folks, what is your favorite pie coming off Thanksgiving? Maybe you'll say pumpkin. Rick and Madison from the 608 says Mr. P's from Milwaukee makes by far the best key lime pie. He used to come to the North Side Market on Sundays. Good to know, Rick. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Or he later corrected, he meant Mr. Dies rather than Mr. P's.
So I just told people to check something out that doesn't exist. Thank you for clarifying that, Zommers. That's why you're the great Aaron Zommers. Conrad is the great. You're equally as great. We're coming right back. Well, thank you, sir. Matt Miller is coming up next to talk movies. It's Pete Schwaba and Nightlight. So glad you're here, folks. We're coming right back.
You're listening to Civic Media. Stay up to date on the latest news and information for your local community and Wisconsin by signing up for our free email newsletter. Visit civicmedia.us/email to get started.
Get up home. I want to drive them on.
Welcome back. Okay, folks, this is the moment you waited for. I got a little out of sorts early last segment when my computer went on the fritz, but we are back and I am playing catch up here. So I apologize. I'm Just about to give you the keyword in our multi-state text to win contest here at Civic Media. And you, if you are a winner, will get to pick a present from our grown-up gift list. Be listening for your text to win, your chance to win our text to win contest, which happens today through December 12th. Just listen for the keyword, text it in, and you could win $200 cash, and you will automatically be enrolled in our grand prize drawing, which will feature a brand new snowblower, a stainless steel cookware set, or a portable air conditioner. All you have to do is have the Civic Media app, which I'm guessing most of you have. And if you don't, very easy to download. Check it out. And you'll be happy that you did so, because you can take all your favorite Civic Media shows with you wherever you go. And this hour's keyword is candle. 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 So go ahead and text that keyword on the app to us, and you will be automatically enrolled for our daily prize of $200 and also our grand prize. Good luck, everybody. Good stuff. All right. It is very exciting to me when I get to welcome this next guest. Periodically here on Nightlight, we talk movies and TV regularly with our pal and Milwaukee film critic, Mr. Matt Miller. Hey, buddy, how are you?
Hey, howdy. How y'all doing?
We're doing great. You do you have a favorite kind of pie, Matt? I have to ask you a very personal question like that before we get into movies.
Oh yeah, really personal. I am a big sucker of a lemon meringue or a key lime. Those are two big ones for me. And I will also say shout out to the person on the line with the Twin Peaks reference with the cherry pie and a damn good cup of coffee. So
Yeah, I totally agree. Well, I like coffee regardless, but especially with pie. And I love that you pulled Twin Peaks into it. So great stuff, Matt. Hey, it's great to see you. Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
wonderful Thanksgiving. Saw a lot of movies. The Packers won. Ate way too many starches and carbs. What could be bad?
Yeah, no kidding. Now, listen, I don't know if we've ever gone down this road before or if I've told you that I'm a Bear fan, but I hope you'll still come on the show from time
Devastating
from time
revelation.
to time. All my Packer friends are like, "Oh, it might be up. The Bears look for real." I have so much trauma from the last 20 years or whatever. I can't believe it. Do you have a prediction for the game this weekend?
I will say I do think the Bears are going to win this game.
Hmm.
I think the Packers. As a Wisconsin fan, I just wait for all the highs to go down like a roller coaster. So we're really hot right now after beating the Lions and the previous win after that. I think maybe a brief come down to earth is going to happen here. But then again, the Bears beating the Eagles last week. That was pretty surprising, and I think maybe the Bears are a little high on their own supply. So we'll see what happens. It should be a good game. It's been a while since Packers Bears was like a truly relevant game in
Oh,
terms of
no
the
kidding.
standings. So this is going to be kind of fun that there's actually some skin in the game.
Very well said, and I could not agree more. So let's jump in, Matt. You've got I think the last time we were here, you had not seen, was it Predator Badlands, maybe? Did you just
I
see?
think it was either brand new or it was just about to come out.
Okay.
I believe that was the case. It rules. I think that movie absolutely rips. And it's funny because on paper, it absolutely should not.
I
A
agree.
movie,
Wow.
yeah, a movie about the Predator, uh, like learning about the power of friendship in a PG-13 movie with a cutesy sidekick and a little Disney approved like stuffed animal friend should be the worst Predator movie of all time. And instead, that movie absolutely rips. I think the action is really well done. I think the worlds, the planet that is involved, this like planet of death where everything is designed to kill you, is really clever and fun.
Yeah.
And I ended up caring about a Predator. I ended up caring about the character development of one of the great sci-fi villains in cinematic history. And I think it's really impressively done, and it's a tribute to Dan Trachtenberg, the kind of commander of the new Predator franchise. He's now 3 for 3 on Predator movies, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
I know he did Predator Prey, which I thought was great too. I love the
Yes.
idea of the monster or alien, whatever, going back to prehistoric times or whatever. But this one really was the first one where the Predator was like the good guy, right?
And again, it should be a terrible concept. And they've actually tried something like this in the Alien versus Predator movie. If you remember that one, where like the Predator was basically like the buddy cop character to a human, and everyone was like, "This stinks. This isn't why we wanted to see an Alien versus Predator movie." So it's wild that 20 years later, they're like, "We're gonna not only make a Predator the main character of a movie, but you're gonna like root for him and care about him and care about his character development into somebody who learns about literally the power of friendship." And it
Right.
totally works. And like I said, Dan Trachtenberg is a really good writer, a really good director. I think he's got the right idea of what to do with this franchise. And I did not grow up a Predator fan. That was not one of my movies. But I'm really loving what he's doing with them. And again, if you like Badlands, if you liked Prey, there's an animated kind of anthology movie that he made earlier this year that released just to Hulu called Predator Killer of Killers. That's really great. If you loved what he did with Prey, where it was like, what if Predator showed up in a different timeline? That is that movie. It's like Predator shows up in a samurai movie. Predator shows up in World War II. Predator shows up in Viking times. I think he's really finding some interesting ways to tap into a franchise instead of just doing the same thing that they've done before.
Right. Yeah, very well said. And they set this one up perfectly for another Predator at the end. And I think it's going to ride that tide. It's still in theaters, folks, if you want to check it out, but definitely check out Predator. Matt Miller is my guest. He's a Milwaukee-based film critic. We will have more with Matt after the news. Matt, I've got a lot to ask you. Great that you're here. Jim from Appleton and the 920 says favorite pie is salted caramel apple. Wow. Or banana cream or pecan chocolate. Sounds like Jim is having trouble making a decision, but he says maybe the old standby pumpkin. All right, we're coming back with more from Matt Miller after the news here. Again, tonight's keyword, or this hour's keyword, is candle, C-A-N-D-L-E. Good luck, folks. It's Pete Schwab and Nightlight. Coming right back. Welcome back. Whoa. The trailer for Song Sung Blue, because I wanted to ask you about it, and my computer just blew up. So that's what everyone was listening to. Hey, welcome back to Nightlight. I'm Pete Schwaba, and it is great to have you here tonight. You still got time to get in on our question of the night, which is, what is your favorite pie? It is National Pie Day. Big week of shows here at Nightlight. Lauren Holly will be here Wednesday night talking about The Godfather of Green Bay screening at the Atwood Music Hall on Thursday. I'll be there. Hope you will too. We've been talking incessantly about it, but it's going to be a fun night. The Bodines did the music for the film. Tony Goldwyn, Lauren Holly, Lance Barber, Tom Lennon, they were on the show last week, and me, because I couldn't afford John Cusack. Come on out Thursday night in Madison at the Atwood Music Hall. If you're so inclined, it should be a fun night. Part of the proceeds go to the Dane County Humane Society. Lauren will be here Wednesday night talking about it. And Bill Leff will be on tomorrow night helping us celebrate our 2nd year anniversary, because Bill was our first guest here at Nightlight 2 years ago. Right now, we've got our pal Matt Miller here. Love talking movies with Matt. And Matt, since my audio gaffe sort of started the segment off, let's ask you, what do you think about Song Sung Blue? How's this movie going to do?
Yeah, I'm very interested to see this one. This is the new movie with the local tie, the Milwaukee tie,
Yeah.
about Thunder and Lightning, the Neil Diamond kind of cover band, beloved local band, starring Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson, directed by Craig Brewer, who you may recognize from Hustle and Flow. He also did, I believe, Dynamite or Dolomite.
Dolomite. Yeah, love
Dolomite, the Netflix movie with Eddie Murphy. Good director, good writer. I'm interested what they do with this story, and I'm interested to see how it does on Christmas. Obviously, it's up against the other big blue movie, Avatar 3. It's up against The Housemaid and SpongeBob and all these other movies. But, last time Hugh Jackman had a movie on Christmas, it was Greatest Showman, obviously was a surprise hit. I think this could be the kind of movie that brings adults out. There's a little bit of Oscar buzz about it. There's a few awards prognosticators who are kind of like, hey, we think this might have a chance. I'm not so sure about it just because it is a little crowded this year. And also like Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson are classic like Oscar prognosticators. One of these years will be their year
Mm.
actors, and it just never kind of clicks for them. So I'll be interested to see if maybe this is the time. But I think it's going to be good. And obviously, they're coming to town this week. I believe tomorrow Hugh Jackman is going to be scooping up ice cream at Cops in town.
Yeah.
So that's going to be very fun. And I believe they're doing a premiere over at the Oriental as well. So really, really cool that Milwaukee's going to potentially get some shine here.
All right. When do you think you'll be able to review that, Matt?
Hoping that'll probably come out. I believe it comes out Christmas Day, so probably late December, early January. They don't really do screenings here in Milwaukee anymore. It's potential they might do some for press, considering it is a locally tied movie.
Yeah.
But we'll see. But definitely for sure, late December, early January.
I really want to like that movie. It's so great. It's a
It
true
seems
story.
really likable.
Yeah. It's exactly what we need right now. So, all right. So you've got Song Sung Blue opening on Christmas. Let's talk about House of Dynamite. Is it a
A House of Dynamite, yeah.
I saw that too a while ago, and I was kind of mixed, but overall I liked it. How did you feel about it?
Yeah, I wanted to really like it. I'm a big Catherine Bigelow fan. She's the director
Same.
of Zero Dark 30, Hurt Locker, Point Break. Really great director. Kind of her first movie in quite a bit. I think almost 10 years. Basically a modern failsafe where it's, a nuclear bomb is coming towards America and all of our various offices are trying to figure out what to do and who it's from and what they should they retaliate? What's the plan? I think that's all great. For a half hour, I was totally locked into the movie and just like, wow, this is great. And then the script does this very odd thing where it basically resets and tries to do like a Rashomon type deal, where it's like, okay, you're getting this 45 minutes or so from this room's perspective, and then it jumps forward back in time, and okay, you're getting a different room's perspective on those 45 minutes. And I don't think each perspective merits a different look. Like you don't really gain much from each perspective. So instead of this really intense, boiling, pot, you end up taking it off the stove and then just putting it back on and restarting the whole thing again. And you're about to, no, took it off the stove again, putting it back on. I just think it kind of is momentum killer and makes the movie kind of feel slight, makes it feel like they maybe made a short film and then just copy and pasted it 3 times over. So I like the performances, love Rebecca Ferguson, love Idris Elba. I think Bigelow's really got a handle on the procedural tension of it. But I think the script is kind of really empty.
That's great. It's interesting you say that because I liked Idris Elba too, and I like the dilemma he as president had. Do we retaliate without knowing anything, appear weak, or do we just, blindly send missiles out to show a sign of strength? So I like that whole dilemma, but I agree with you. It was weird how they did that nonlinear thing where they kept bouncing around. I didn't think it was necessary.
And also the movie has these interesting dilemmas, and the movie's kind of answer to these dilemmas is kind of to chicken out and not answer them. So like just kind of like you're like not a spoiler alert, but kind of spoiler, like it kind of says like, well, who knows? And
yeah.
It just
That's a great point.
It feels less of a interesting debate this movie afterwards decision and more of the screenwriter didn't have the confidence in choosing a decision.
Right. And what I liked about it was kind of like The Gorge. Like I thought, oh, I need a good streaming movie, maybe something I wouldn't go see in theaters, but I wanted to. And for that, it's fine. People might like a House of Dynamite.
It's not bad. It's there's been worse ways to spend 2 hours, especially on Netflix.
Sure.
But for considering the potential that premise has and the cast, I mean, like Caitlin Dever, who's a tremendous young actress. I forget what she's been in off the top of my head. She's great. She shows up for maybe 5 lines as somebody's daughter, and it almost feels like there's a whole nother like act of the movie that they kind of cut out because she's way too big of an actress to just show up for 5 lines.
Right. Yeah. Great point. What did you think of Running Man, Matt? The Arnold Schwarzenegger remake from 1987.
Yeah, I really wanted to love this. I've been a big proponent of Glenn Powell as a movie star. I love Edgar Wright. Scott Pilgrim and World's End are 2 of my favorite movies. I kind of think this is less than the sum of its parts.
Okay.
For a movie called Running Man, it kind of really stumbles getting out of the gates and then really stumbles at the finish line. I think the middle of the movie, where it is the Running Man show, where he has 30 days to survive the world hunting him down. I think that's where the movie kind of finds its rhythm and finds its groove. But I was kind of surprised how little new energy Edgar Wright brought to the movie. He's such an energetic director. Stuff like Scott Pilgrim and Shaun of the Dead are so, energetic and have
Right.
such a pep to them. And this movie's kind of sluggish in a lot of spots. So I want to love it more. You could do far worse at the movie theaters. But I will say also, I missed Dawson. I missed Richard Dawson,
Oh,
who played the
yeah.
host in the original Running Man, and I think he gets what the kind of tone of that movie is. And I think Coleman Domingo is a really good actor, but he's almost not big enough. He's not, for a movie that's supposed to be kind of a satire, supposed to be kind of a Hunger Gamesy kind of thing. It just doesn't have that kind of punch that I wish it did.
Should they have gone Seacrest? That's my question to you.
I was trying to think who would be a campy person to like put in that role, and God help me, Pat McAfee might have had the right energy
Oh,
for it.
wow, yeah.
I actively dislike watching Pat McAfee, but I think he would kind of capture the kind of pro wrestling as entertainment vibe that the
Yeah.
Running Man is supposed to have.
That's great. My guest is Matt Miller, a Milwaukee film critic who joins us here to talk movies periodically. Matt, what did you think of Wicked? I still haven't seen Running Man. I still haven't seen it yet. I like the first one, but I haven't been to the theater to see this one yet.
Yeah, first movie, really good, really impressive. I think any Wicked fan would tell you that the second act is not the better of the two acts.
Okay.
And you really feel that in Wicked for Good. They're taking a second act, they're stretching it out, which does not do the kind of narrative clunky, the clunky narrative of the second half of Wicked much favor. Doesn't help that all of the banger songs are in the first half of Wicked as well. And the second act is a lot of fairly forgettable numbers, other than the big final For Good, which honestly, that was like my grade school graduation song. So if you do For Good, I'm going to cry. Not like it could be the worst.
Zommers, cue it up.
It could be Roseanne Barr's national anthem version of that song, and I'd still be like, "Oh, beautiful."
That's
But
funny.
yeah, it's. I love the performers still. I think all of them are still good. I like the production of it. I think it's like I love the costumes and I love the sets. But yeah, I just think it really kind of clunks and clangs around. And I wanted to have a better time with Wicked for Good.
So before I want to do a quick holiday preview, Matt, but
Yeah.
you also saw Wake Up Dead Man. This is another Knives Out
Yes.
movie. How did you? I like the Knives Out films. I don't love them, but I haven't seen this one. Was this
You
a good
might
one?
love this one. This is
Really? Oh,
this
cool.
may be recency bias coming in. This is my favorite of the three Knives Out movies. And I've liked them all, but I've kind of been with you where I'm like, they're really good. I want to think they're great. And this one, I really like this one a lot. First of all, I mean, obviously the cast is great, but Josh O'Connor, who's kind of been on the precipice of stardom for a while, he played one of the tennis guys in Challengers last year. He's tremendous in this movie. He is so good. He plays kind of a priest at the center of the big murder in Wake Up Dead Man. And the movie basically gives him the first act. Benoit Blanc doesn't show up for quite a while in this movie. And I think it's a credit to Josh O'Connor that you really don't miss him, that he's so gripping in the role. I think the mystery is really fascinating and fun. I think Rian Johnson, the writer-director, loves playing with the structure of a whodunit, and I think that really pays off well here in a way that maybe in the other ones it doesn't as much so. I think its conversations about faith and religion and the weaponization of it are really, really well done and pointed. I would say if you liked Glass Onion and Knives Out politics, I think you'll be a fan of this one as well in terms of what it's saying, in terms of people abusing the good nature of faith and using it for kind of ill. I think it's really good. And it's going to come to Netflix later in December, I believe in 2 weeks. It's showing at the Oriental Theater right now, and I think maybe that's going to be it. If you have a chance to see it on a big screen with a crowd, it is such a big screen movie. It is worth the crowd I saw it with was totally on board with it, was weaving with all the twists and turns, was laughing at all the jokes. it is such a crowd movie, and it's such a shame that the last
Wow.
two Knives Out movies have been Netflix releases. So if you get a chance to see it on the big screen, definitely do that. I'm a big Wake Up Dead Man fan. I hope
Nice.
you like it as well. It's my favorite of the three right now.
Well, that's the one I'm going to take away out of this conversation is one I have to see. We got a phone call from Rita in La Crosse, Matt, who says you guys need to see Nuremberg. I've heard pretty good things about that as well. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I did see Nuremberg. I like it. That was one that I really wanted to love because it's the director of the movie also wrote Zodiac, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. And
Oh, yeah.
I think he's got the thing here where he's very good at the procedural and making that snap, making it not just court documents. I
Hey,
have
Matt,
some issues.
let's
I have
pick
some
up-
issues with how it tells its story, but let's talk more about Nuremberg next
Let's
time.
pick that up, and Matt's going to give us a preview of what's to come. Just a reminder, folks, our keyword in our multi-state Civic Media Text to Win contest is candle for this hour. CANDLE. Text that in, and good luck. It's Pete Schwaba and Nightlight. We are coming right back with Matt Miller.
You're listening to Civic Media. Find the latest news, information, and archives of all your favorite shows on the Civic Media website, civicmedia.us.
I'm gonna live till I die. I'm gonna laugh instead of cry. I'm gonna take the town and turn it upside down. I'm gonna
All right, that is,
live until I die.
Compliments of Aaron Zommers. I'm Gonna Live Till I Die by Frank Sinatra, part of the soundtrack for the first Knives Out. And Zommers, Matt says, I really need to see this one. I loved the first two. We can debate that, but also Sydney Politics on the stream says Glenn Powell might be the most unlikable lead actor. I don't know if he's the most unlikable, but I'm kind of on the fence about him. But you like him.
I like him in The Right Stuff. I actually
Yeah.
think he's miscast in The Running Man because
Okay.
the movie keeps saying like he is the most angry, rage-filled man we've ever seen, and Glenn Powell's too slick to be that. Like
Yeah.
he's too polished. I think if we lived in times where we made more romantic comedies, I think he would be doing great right now. He would be like a new Matthew McConaughey, but we don't make rom-coms anymore. So I think he's kind of in no man's land. I am excited. He has a movie coming out next year called How to Make a Killing about like an heir to a massive $1 million fortune who starts killing off family members one by one to get I'm really hoping that's good. That seems like a perfect use of Glenn Powell, where it's like this guy is too polished, too slick. What's his deal? So I'm kind of interested to see that one.
Well said. We've got about 3 minutes or so left, Matt. I want to know, is the box office back, A, and B, what movie before Christmas do you think is going to just crush? And maybe that movie, which I think you might say, is part of the reason the box office is coming back, so to speak.
Yeah, so box office was down this year from last year over Thanksgiving. Part of that was because last year you had massive monolith that was Wicked, and you had the massive monolith that was Moana 2. And, just because we didn't break that record again this year doesn't mean that we're doing bad. Wicked for Good is still making a ton of money. Zootopia, making a ton of money, and it will continue to. I think what is promising to me is something like Nuremberg making $12 million. And I know that's not a sexy amount of money. Like, the studio probably isn't shooting off champagne corks because of $12 million, but that's the kind of movie that needs to start making money again, because that's the kind of movie that's struggling right now. Movies aimed at adults are just not performing the way they used to. Adults just generally aren't going out to theaters as much anymore. But the fact that movie is performing better than, a lot of other ones like it is nice to see. The fact that, something like The Running Man is doing okay. It's going to be a flop technically, but it's starting to make some money back. That's nice to see. I do think Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is going to make a ton of money when it comes out next weekend. And obviously you have Avatar coming out on Christmas. That's going to be a pretty big deal. I also think The Housemaid, the new Sydney Sweeney, Amanda Seyfried movie, I think that's going to do really well as well. That's based off a very popular mystery book. It is aimed at women audiences and women like to see movies. Hollywood doesn't always forget that lesson.
I think women and perverts are going to go to see that movie, Matt, because of the soap and all that other stuff. But
I do think, yeah, there's that. But I do think that movie's going to do well. That book is very popular. They've been selling it well. You've got two good young actresses in it. So I do think stuff like that makes me heartened. And the only problem is Warner Brothers is on the chopping block right now. There's a lot of talk about them getting sold. And losing another major studio is going to be terrible, because right now the big problem is they're not releasing enough movies into theaters, and definitely not enough movies of variety of genres. And
well,
so,
hopefully, it's, the way we're headed, everything in the world is going to be owned by like 3 people. So that can't be good for movies either. But
Disney, Paramount, and Netflix. Those will be the studios at some point. It's great. I think it's a great future. We all love it.
Yeah. Matt, love your insights. Have great holidays. Hopefully we'll talk before then, but always a joy, my friend.
Yes. Thank you for having me, and see some movies out there, folks.
Absolutely. All right. Matt Miller. Thank you, sir. All right. So let's get, how are we doing? Zommers, am I caught up on text? We got a couple,
I believe
think,
you
right?
are, or just about at least.
Or almost. Yeah. Let's see what we can do here. This is, where am I here?
We have
Melissa
Steady
from
Eddie, I
Willie
know.
Street. Yeah, we got Steady Eddie. Melissa from Willie Street in the 608. I hope I see Melissa Thursday night. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't if they didn't have plans. She says, my favorite pie is key lime. My husband's is French silk pie. But please, Pete, tell me about this satin pie. Melissa, chocolate satin. If you go, I see it in the grocery store. Marie Callender's has like a chocolate satin pie. It's very rich, but it might change your life. But don't hold me to that. Adam in the 608 says, pecan pie from Batch Bakery on Willie Street in Madison. They bake with dark chocolate chunk mixed into the pecan filling. Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. Thank you, Adam. Al in the from the 262 says chocolate silk pie. Chocolate making a comeback here at the end. John from Oshkosh says blueberry with vanilla ice cream. Love the combo, John. Thank you. Lauren from Eau Claire says, she just said Boston cream pie is her favorite. We haven't heard that one yet, Zommers, have we?
I don't think so.
That's kind of an old school.
Yeah, that's
pie,
another one I
think.
haven't had.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan, but I do appreciate the text. Pete, this time of year, there's nothing better. This is Steady Eddie, our pal. He says, in my humble opinion, than a Swanson turkey pot pie with 2 scoops of candy cane peppermint ice cream right on top. Nice that Steady Eddie's trying to make us puke right before we sign off here. He says, it's a big unconventional culinary wow. Really makes you want to start rocking around the Christmas tree. When my grandma first tried it, she couldn't stop crying with holiday joy. I'm pretty sure. Steady Eddie. I'm going to call you Steadfast Edward for that one, buddy.
That is pretty good. Yeah, Steadfast Edward.
That's a great one. Zommers, this has been fun, man. I'm going to miss you, pal.
I'm not going anywhere. Just
no, you'll be around. Always appreciate your help with this show in any capacity. Join us tomorrow night, folks. Bill Leff will be here. We'll be talking about our first show that Bill was on, and he helped us celebrate our first year anniversary, and he'll be here tomorrow to help us celebrate year number 2. Lots to come on Nightlight this week and throughout the month of December. All kinds of fun stuff. Join me tomorrow night. On behalf of the awesome Aaron Zommers, I'm Pete Schwab saying good night, Wisconsin.
I'm gonna live until I die.
The national news cycle never stops, but it can be hard to find news about your local community. Civic Media is dedicated to providing quality local and state news coverage across Wisconsin. With the Civic Media app, you can get notifications about local stories that matter to you and your community. Find the free Civic Media app in your phone's app store and choose notifications from the menu to tell us what kind of news you want to hear about.